After 6 years of constant updates, quality of life changes, cars, and content, The Crew 2 is finished. What's going on, boys? And welcome to the final ever The Crew 2 Ubisoft Ivory Tower update. The final pause menu is our house with trophies, I suppose. You've got in there, you've got Tio losing, I guess. We've got Flashback, the off-road, Forceberg, the game. We've got Frozeberg, as well as some other things like Rocket Co, Demolition Derby, and USB Tour Next, all in the pause menu in the final, which I've mentioned, crew update Mad, with the Maserati Ghibli, the Levante Trofeo, and the Evo Group B as the new cars, as well as a few others that I will make videos on. This is it. It's done. Oh, wow, okay. So we've got Motorflix all episodes. We've got the Summit is there. This has been redone. Okay, Hobbies is here now. Wait, hang on. So this is just pilot in vehicle. It hasn't been pilot in vehicle for years. God damn. And then we got Hobbies. Yes, of course, we got the new one, which we've already done, I guess. Mad Bicolor Smoke, sure. And Mad Sparks. Alright, why do we have that already? Because we have completed the first update. Alright, yes, that I suppose makes sense. PvP's there. And there is actually, to be fair to you, go to community races. Yeah, okay. Oh, I know already. And now, if you think that there's a chance that the Crew 2 isn't over, Sid, what are you talking about? There's still so much to come. No. You know why? It's because they confirmed it. So this is an article about the future of the game, which I'll go deeper into in a separate video so I can give you guys all the information you need. But the most important thing right now is no new content will be added to the Crew 2 after March's update, Mad Volume 2. It's over. Now, it feels like we've been doing this dance for years, where an update comes out, and we're like, oh, this is the last one. And then we're like, oh, there's another one, never mind. Oh, this is the last one. Oh, wait, there's another one, never mind. But this is directly from Ivory Tower. We're done. It's done. The game is over. I mean, I'd say go home, but, you know, I assume you already are. How you doing? Nice living room or bedroom, it depends. I don't know where kids these days are watching their YouTube videos. After I found myself building an entire career off the back of this game, we're done with it. In total, in the end, I had 5,460 hours in the Crew 2, and I'll have more. It's not going to be a lot more, but I will slowly gain a few more hours on this game, because there's still more content to finish up. But I want to know, how many hours do you have in the game? If you don't know that, regardless, when did you start playing the game? Did you start when it came out in 2018? Did you start when it first started getting its more major updates in 2019? Or when it got the Motor Pass in 2020? Or maybe you started when you saw some British brown kid making videos on a video game, a racing game, and you were like, hang on a minute. That looks like an alright racing game. Let me go buy it. Oh no, SidWaj has just caused me to play this game now. Because I've heard that a lot over the lifetime of this game. I've heard a lot of, hey Sid, I play this game because of you. And my response is, I'm sorry to hear that. No, you know what? It's alright. It's alright. The game, for all its flaws, I think it's been alright. We don't have a single livery for this car. Whatever. Now, maybe you've only just come back to the game because you bought the Crew Motorfest and you want to pick up some cars in Motorfest, utilizing the Crew 2 by going back, playing a bit of it, and then going forward. And I will say, out of everything, especially about a year into the Motor Pass, the Crew 2 became more and more and more worth the money. Because the Crew 2, due to it being such an old game, you could pick it up for like £20 and you would get, at that point, 3 years worth of content. If you want to pick up the game right now, I would recommend that, because there is 6 years worth of content available to you. I may even in the next year, begin another Rookie to Icon 1000 series, where I restart the game again, if Motorfest stays as stale as it has been. Because there is just so much in this game when it comes to content, like luxury SUVs for some reason. Why are they doing so many of these? To think about the fact that I was... Oh god, how old was I? 6 years ago? I would have been 15. 15! When this game came out. I beg your pardon? 15? I might as well have been a bloody toddler. What am I can't believe I was that young. What was I thinking? 15 years old when this game first came out. Nuts. I bought it because well, that story goes a fair bit back. And that's why I want to know how you first came across the game and when you started playing. Because for me, I first saw The Crew 1. I saw a video on it. I think it was the Rad Brad or some other generic playthrough channel. And they played The Crew 1. And I was like, oh, that's sick. But I couldn't get it because I only had an Xbox 360. So I waited till I got a PS4. And then I bought The Crew 1. And then, a year later, they announced The Crew 2. Not even a year later, I don't think. The Crew 2. And I buy it, I pre-order it, I get the £80 version of the game. And my friend Josh also gets the game. And then I just played it. I played it. Not a lot of the time, but I played a lot of it. Oh, yes, one of the new features they added. That you can actually see which cars have which sets on them now. Something that needs to come to Motorfest. In fact, I hope they do it better in Motorfest, because I hope they let us see the specific affix stats for cars. That's what I'd want. I actually played a lot of this game through my exams, GCSEs for my UK viewers. I played this game most nights. I'd watch YouTube and grind. That's how I got so far in the game before I came around to making videos on it. That's why I was so experienced in the game to be able to make videos on it. And that happened in, well, technically 2019, which was a year after the game, but yeah, you know, that it doesn't really count. Those were pretty shoddy videos. They weren't anything special. It was 2020 that came around, bringing with it the chase. This update right here. This update came around, and that was when I, only 2 weeks before, had already began making videos on the game, had already began experimenting with videos because I just got my PC set up back and I thought, why not? And that's when those videos started doing well, like 1,000+ views, which was wild for me back then. Maybe not even. No, maybe they hit 1,000 long time. I think it was like 300 views and 700 views. I was like, whoa! And so I started streaming, and then eventually I went back to focusing on videos, and here I am with a career as a YouTuber. This car is a lot slower than I thought. God damn. It is a lot slower than I thought. Oh, look at that. That is brilliant. Oh, I love that. Okay. That is so useful. Obviously, I do, if you have more than one nitro chem set, you do still gotta go on and check, but it's nice. Yeah, they've added some of the best quality of life changes ever in the final update for the game. Oh yeah, I didn't realize. Near the end of the game, even stopped 100%ing all the events, doing them all on all the difficulties. And I suppose all the billboards in the game are that now. Ah, I see. Because, of course, The Crew 2 has a system where they can swap billboards out for the current update. And that's what it is now. Motorflix, the company that ran The Crew through the last 3 years. And you got so many. You got Blazing Shots up there, which technically wasn't Motorflix. But then you got the Motorflix updates to the game, US Speed Tour, Agency, Contractor, Blizzard Rush, The Chase, Into the Storm, Mad, which I actually also think isn't Motorflix, actually. It has been an absolutely amazing run for this game. It truly has. And with 10 new cars, and with 8 new cars to send the game off, brand new hypercars, brand new street cars, a bit of a flimsy update, but we'll figure that out when I actually play them. But this game really does just have something that feels missing in Motorfest, and that's the way any given update, any singular update, can just feel miles different than any other. You get updates where you just add a Blizzard Rush event, a series of underground races, and then you get updates where they add an entire island and change the format of how an update is done. You get updates like American Legends, which add a completely different function. They add a completely different thing, a completely different content style, and then do that every single week. They release one every single week. Like, even just scrolling through this and seeing all these different types of events from the different updates, from the different motive passes, from all of the different things that ran in the game. Same with going through this. It's just seeing it all in like a collected poster style. It just hits. It hits. In fact, it feels a lot like playlists, but playlists just don't feel like enough. In the end, and these aren't actually totally accurate, but we had a 17-hour session as my longest. We got 60 days. See, this one says 1,153 days. Not accurate because there was a point in time where they removed stats and then had to bring them back. 400 million bucks earned. 400 million. That's actually nuts. I earned 400 million bucks in the Crew 2 in the end. Damn. Bugatti Divo Magma Edition, my most driven. That makes sense because I really liked that car. But then once I stopped driving it, I just sort of drove anything. I drove so many different cars, so no one car could build up that same mileage on its own. Then street race and highest speed on all of those. I know people have a lot more on a lot different ones. Total ground drift. Wow, 5,000 miles? I think it'd be more. But how many miles have we done in total? Fast driving distance. No, what is that? What number is that? That is 182,000 miles driven. I beg your pardon. And again, these are less than the actual numbers. That's insane. A 1 mile jump. Nuts. Total group time with friends. Races. Succeeded to played. We've played in the lifetime of the game 14,000 races and won 7,000. So basically, at a near perfect half of all my races that I play, I'd lose, I guess. And by lose, I mean I just wouldn't finish them. And most of that is car miles. I'm surprised plane miles is above bike miles. And boat makes sense, and only 900 miles in hovercraft? Yikes. There's the buck spread, which, again, the fact that it's even more than that, the fact that it's more than 400 million bucks is insane. And longest game session, 17 hours, that's actually false. Because my longest game session was actually longer than that because my game crashed at 17 hours. And then I went right back into it. I think it was over 24 maybe. Bearing in mind, this is like I mentioned during my exams, where I was just sort of up all night playing this game and watching YouTube. Look, I don't really need to revise. I don't, it's not in me. I just pick things up. Well, it's been a good run, boys. And there's gonna be more Crew 2 videos, especially leading up to this Motorfest update. So this isn't goodbye for the Crew 2. But what it is, well, it's, I guess we're done here. Oh my... Did Amazon Echo just... Did it just tease the future of the Crew 2? Well, I guess you'll find out about that. My video breaking down what there is actually to come in the Crew 2 from now on. Thank you to popular members, especially thanks to famous members, and an insane thank you to star members Grim Pepper and Extreme Speed, and an insane top of the top thank you to Icon members HK, Extreme Speed again. Hope you boys enjoyed this video. Check out the Lego channel, check out the podcast, check out anything you want to check out my socials. I'll see you boys in that one. Alright, in a bit.